देवं भजाम्यहम्.
Yo! Har Mahadev!
गदानि लिम्पनिर्झरि निकुञ्जकोठरे वसन्ति मुक्तदुर्मते सदा शिरस्तमञ्जलिं वहन्ति लोललोललोचनोललामबालरत्नका शिवेति मन्त्रमुच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम्. इमं हि नित्यमेव मुक्तमुत्तमोत्तमं स्तवं पठन् स्मरन् भ्रुवन्धरो विशुद्धिमेति सन्ततं हरे गुरौ सुभक्तिमाशु याति नान्यथा गतिं विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनम्. विमोहनं हि देहिनां सुशङ्करस्य चिन्तनम्.
Shopify point.
Hello everyone! I was not feeling well at all. Zero energy before the stream, honestly. I don't know, my brain was just not working. So that's why I thought, why not start with Shiv Scrotum? Like the most powerful, energetic thing you can ever hear. And especially during this time, Mahakumbh, right? This is like a religious time for all the Hindus. And it's also like actually world's biggest gathering in the world, if you see. Number of people, right? Mahakumbh Mela, total visitors, right? If you see, any guesses by anyone, how big it is, how big it is. And it happens after 144 years, the Mahakumbh. If we see number of people, it's more than so many countries. Over 400 million people around the globe will be going, right, for the Mahakumbh. And I'll tell you one more thing, right? It happens once in 144 years. So if you are lucky enough to go, do go. Do not think of like have second thoughts, like do go, right? And it's amazing. It's amazing to see the visuals every day. I wake up, look at Instagram about Mahakumbh. Amazing. And it's so many big people also are actually going here, including people who are ex-US military, so many politicians around the globe, not just India, right? Big businessmen, right? Billionaires and stuff. So, hey Panda. Yeah. Today I have a little bit problem with my stuff because for some reason my software, the one I use, NVIDIA, because I don't know if you know, I have NVIDIA like GPU with me. So this green screen type effect, the background removal effect wasn't working for me. And thanks for messaging early because I would have not realized this thing regarding chat as well. So thank you for messaging. I really appreciate that. Channel has been going great too. So thank you so much for everyone who is watching through YouTube, Twitch, anytime, whatever time you give me. Like it's just really I'm thankful for it, right? And let's just pop out this chat as well. Great part is you guys can see everything, right? So I will pop out this chat as well for you guys, so I can monitor everything. Welcome. I'm gonna have to go for a little bit. Yeah, no problem. But I want you to join back. You somehow, it's my lucky charm, right? So you have to join back. Remember that. Don't break my heart. Let's take care of all this. Remove this. Now, let's get back into our hacking. Task 11 of our Burp Suite basics, right? We completed our sitemap, targets, a little bit of target scoping and all those stuff, right? We talked about Foxy Proxy and Burp Proxy. Today, we are going over the Burp Suite browser, and our goal is to complete all the tasks, right? From 11 to 15, and I hope we can do it because I feel energetic after the scrotum. And then with this, your bug bounty journey actually starts. This is where your bug bounty journey, where you can go on HackerOne, start hacking companies, right? Like Instagram, SpaceX even, right? GM, all these big names. Oh, I got a follower. Hey, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. So thank you so much. But hey, you have to stick with me throughout the whole journey. Remember that. So let's get into the Burp Suite Proxy. Let me make sure. I can't see my chat here. So, sorry, I have to just check on my phone so I can monitor all the chat. I have YouTube on the side open too. So, thank you so much, Kiran XD. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, let's get into Burp Suite browser, right? If the previous task seemed overly complex, rest assured this topic will be a lot simpler. In the addition to modifying your regular web browser to work with the proxy, Burp Suite also includes a built-in Chromium browser. Chromium browser, if you don't know, right, Chrome is Google Chrome, right? Google Chrome is the very well-known browser. Google has open sourced that, right? So people who don't want to use the one came with Google and some of the features with Google like tracking and all those stuff, you can use the open source version of it. So you can do and make changes according to what you like. So that's like their open source version, right? And this is pre-configured to use proxy without any of the modification we must have. So, and also let me give you a little bit information how things work in this. What happens is with, like, let's say if you bought a motorbike, right, or a car. Now, if you bought a Ferrari, you technically can never make changes to it. You cannot change its paint without their permission. You cannot change its tires without their permission, do a different one. So that's a lot of restriction. That's your Google Chrome. You cannot make changes. Chromium is like Lamborghini. You can change the color. You can have great colors on it, or you can have like Lamborghini, the most outrageously worst car ever. Let me buy it. KSI Lamborghini. Let's see. You see that how dirty the car looks, honestly. Purple and all this. So just saying, with Lamborghini you can do it, but if you ever buy a Ferrari you cannot. So those are the important things to know with Chromium versus Google Chrome. To start the Burp Suite browser, click Open Browser button. In the Proxy tab, a Chromium window will pop up and any request made to the browser will go through the proxy. So when we go here on our browser, on our Kali and through Burp, let's see. Here we have our Kali and Burp Suite Community Edition, right? Open up, baby. I'll get some tea. Let's get going. We have to just start the Burp. We don't have to set up any projects or anything. So now we have our browser, right? If we go to proxy, there is open browser button. We click it, it will open Burp Proxy for us, right? The Chromium version of Burp Suite. And anything we do, right? If we just turn on intercept on here, and anything I do here will go through this. So let me bring Chromium up. Facebook, let's say. And let me show you how every single thing, right? So I did Chromium. Google search was made, right? When I did here, Facebook I typed, it went to Google because technically a search. And let me just forward it. A multiple request goes and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Let me turn it off, right? All this information is there. They have done this. Now, let me show you something more different, right? Forward all, right? Boom. You see so many requests are being made because G statistic, basically Google is getting all your information, like tracking all the stuff. So this is how people can tell if Google is tracking or not. Let me turn this off versus now do this. Instead of going on Google like that, do facebook.com. Oh, let's do again. You see now it's going directly to facebook.com. It's not going to Google. right? And now let me just forward all these, right, information. They are also tracking us, right? So you can see those. Now let's say if I enter my email, test at gmail oh, gmail.com, and this is strong password. Let's say I type something like this. Let's see what happens in the backend. So let me forward all this, clear this. Login button. You see here, as soon as we click login, you guys can see, and all this information which we are doing with Burp, like the Chromium, is going through Burp. So that's big. And if you see here, the requests are this. It sets up a token for us. It sets all the information, and here's the email. Email is test at gmail.com, right? And the password is this. It's encoded, which we can decode. Don't have to, but that's just wanted to give you some idea of how things work in the background as we are moving a bit more into cool stuff. Note, there are many settings related to Burp's browser in the project options and user options settings. Make sure to explore and customize them as needed. However, if you're running Burp Suite on Linux as the root user, as is the case with the attack box, which we can turn on with the blue button here, right? You may encounter an error preventing the Burp browser from starting due to the inability to create sandbox environment, right? There are two simple solutions to it. Smart solution: create a new user and run Burp Suite under a low privilege account to allow the Burp browser to run without issues. Easy option: go to settings, tools, Burp browser, and check all Burp's browser to run without a sandbox option. What is sandbox? It is like a good practice to have this, because let's say if there is a virus or any other information, it will stay in that box, sandbox type thing, a contained environment. So keep the sandbox on. That's why it's not the smart solution, it's an easy solution. Enabling this option will allow the browser to start without a sandbox. However, please be aware that this option is disabled by default for security reasons. Smart guy here. If you choose to enable it, exercise caution, as compromising the browser would grant an attacker access to your entire machine. In the training environment of the attack box, this is unlikely to be a significant issue, but use it responsibly. So, but because attack boxes doesn't matter to us, right? But it is important to still do it, because the habits you build in cybersecurity does catch up to you. Let me tell you that, a truth, because I've seen hundreds of people, because of their poor habits, have lost everything, including some of their crypto accounts. So remember that. Scoping and targeting. Finally, we come to Finally, we come to one of the most important aspects of using Burp Proxy: scoping. This is important because if you're actually going into the real world hacking, you want to mention, okay, what sites or domains you should be allowed to hack. For example, Google, and they want to do hacking of their new feature, let's say comes as Google Games, compared to Google Maps or Google Search. So you can define those things here. Capturing and logging all the traffic can easily become overwhelming and inconvenient, especially when we only want to focus on specific web application. This is where scoping comes in. By setting up a scope for the project, we can define what gets proxied and logged in Burp Suite. We can restrict Burp Suite to target only the specific website application or applications we want to test. For example, Google Games. Or we can have Google Games and Maps and not the search option. So we can define those things. The easiest ways to do this is by switching to the target tab, right clicking on our target from the list on the left. So we go on here, left clicking, add to scope, okay. Selecting add to scope, Burp will prompt us to choose whether we want to start logging anything that is not in the scope, and in most cases we want to select yes. If we want to start logging with the TryHackMe scope settings, if we go include in scope, okay, great. So let's go here, our browser, right? Let's intercept is off. Now we have target. So we can see we have Google, Google Play. I did send Google Games. Google Play is one of the things. My apologies, I forgot about it. So G statistics, right? That is something we want to look into because G statistic is a Google's version. If you see Google to track you, get the stats like where you click and how long you stay, blah blah blah. So let's do add to scope. You have added an item to target scope. Do you want Burp Proxy to stop sending out of scope items to the history or other Burp tools? So out of scope will be, let's say, Facebook, right? And all this. FBCDN. FBCDN is Facebook Control Domain Network, I believe, which means like for domain to get cache Facebook for you guys, so it's faster. Do you want Burp Proxy, right? Answering yes will avoid accumulating project data for out of scope items. So if we click yes, we won't be able to get we won't be taking care of any Facebook data. Let's do yes. Now we are here. Logging out of scope is disabled. That's good. Now let's see what was the other thing we were supposed to do. Boom. Wait, this video is playing, so let's see. So we did yes, right? Add to scope, and we selected yes. So let's see scope settings. Okay. Do we have scope? We have scope basically because they might have changed some things, right? So compared to the video was done. Oh, compared to the room was written. Target scope. So we added our target here. We can see exclude from scope. We can add this and we can just say facebook.com. So all the things, anything that is being put in this whitelist or like allow list will get tracked by our Burp Proxy. Everything this is ignored. No data is collected for this, which is good, right? It is like we want to reduce the noise in our life. Thank you for follow, Kiran. Really appreciate it, Kiran XD. Appreciate that. Let's go back. To check our scope, we can, one thing, I'll just turn on my do not disturb mode so you guys don't see my beep 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 beep. YouTube, I see you guys are watching too. Hey, I want some messages, man. I want some awesome messages, emojis, some emojis, share something. To check our scope, we can switch to the scope settings sub tab within the target tab. So we have scope, right? We can switch to the target tab. Scope settings sub tab within the target tab, right? The scope setting window allows us to control our target scope by including or excluding domains and IP addresses. IP addresses is useful if you're like inside a company. There is no domain to it. We just know the IP addresses. This section is powerful and worth spending time getting familiar with. However, even if we disabled logging for out of scope traffic, the proxy will still intercept everything. To prevent this, we need to go to proxy settings subtab and select and URL in target scope. So basically, let's say even if I go right now on stuff here, let me bring this here, my Kali. So let's just remove this. We have target, we have scope, and we have sitemap, right? In the scope, we have added these, right? We want to just get we want to just like get information about G statistics, what Google is tracking on us, like where we are clicking, how much time we are spending, those stuff, right? We want to ignore everything which is done by our good guy Facebook. So we'll go on proxy settings. Let's see, when they went here and add URL. So we go to proxy, add this. So proxy listener rules, request interception rules, right? And status and all this. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit itchy on today. So when we go here, we have a good friend request interception rules. Specifically here, use these settings to control which request, right? Request interception rule, response interception, sorry. Use this setting to control which request are installed for viewing and editing in the intercept tab. I hope you guys can see it, right? If not, let me know. I can increase the font for you. But intercept request based on the following rules. Master interception is turned off. So if we want to add something, right? We have file extensions and everything. So we'll go add and domain name matches match condition. Let's go what says here. URL in target scope. So and URL matches in target scope here. So we added this. Now let's see what will happen. So let's go up here. Response interception 2, we have to add the same thing with the URL. Enabling this option ensures that the proxy completely ignores any traffic that is not within the defined scope, resulting in a cleaner traffic view of the Burp Suite. So we are just trying to reduce our noise, right? If we go to 10 different sites, like if you are, let's say, hacking in real world, or if I'm doing a live hacking on this channel, right? And I go to HackerOne and I'm like, let's say, doing GM, General Motors. On Burp Suite, I don't want to show you my Twitch settings. I don't want to show you any of the other cookies. I just want to show you what I'm doing with GM. So this is what will be helpful. So you don't see, this is security for me and also like helpful in reducing noise. So intercept on. Let's see how it works. So we go here, continue. Nothing gets intercepted, right? Now I go on Google and I type, let's say, censored hacker. So you see G statistic. Nothing else gets in here. And you guys can see, right? All my information, deep dive. Oh, somebody typed something. Censored hacker by. Oh, never mind. That's not me. Oh, that is my post actually. I never realized so many things. But yeah, you can see only G statistic is actually getting logged in. They are only looking at that, nothing else. So we look here. What it says, cross site, Google, blah blah blah. This is important information for Google. Let's forward this. Let me change to forward. Let's see what they say, right? They are getting information about what type of user agent we are using. We are using Mozilla here. Nothing else, right? Now let me show you what exactly will happen if I remove this and this. Oh, I have to remove this, never mind. So let's say if I do this, right? You see facebook.com also got here automatically. And that's the power of scoping. You guys saw in real life. How many, like even I closed Facebook long ago, right? I'm not even interacting with it right now. But in the background, that information is getting by Facebook that, hey, what website he might be on and all that information. So, and this, right, we have to add this to our scope and change the proxy setting to only intercept traffic to in-scope targets. See the difference between the amount of traffic between getting caught by proxy before and after limiting. So let's do that. Let's do some hypothesis, or let's just try in this way. We have so many requests coming because we removed those. Google.com, Facebook.com, blah, blah, blah. What we'll do is we'll go to our scope, right? Let's go first here. Let's go to the website we want to go. Actually, I have to start the VPN as well. You guys can see here. See my typing speed. I'm so good at it. So our VPN is working, so we can access these websites. It's here at proxy. Turn it off for now. You guys can see Bastion hosting our website from yesterday. Now let's go on target, right? And let's refresh this. Or repeater, what is it? Oh, it went to repeater accidentally. I sent something to repeater. So intercept all. Let's do that for a second. We have here forward, blah, blah, blah. Now turn it off. Target should have this thing. Oh, it only had G statistics. So first I have to remove that. Expand branch compare. remove from scope, add to scope. So remove from scope, re-enable, right? So we have to re-enable that and then go again. We got our website here, right? Now we can just add this to scope, added. And now if I want to go to settings, the only in target scope, right? And let's go to target. I do not want this in my target scope, right? So I remove this. Use advanced scope control. No, not needed right now. And proxy, we don't need to change any settings here. So that's good. So you can see remove scope here, but add scope for Facebook, right? So that's good for us. Now we can turn the intercept on. Let's see. Go here, continue. None of the basically requests are getting captured for Facebook, but same with the Google, right? But when it goes to Bastion, automatically in less than 1 microsecond and got there. So let's go on the next tab, next task what we have. Let's complete this. Proxying HTTPS. Okay. Note, the attack box is already configured to solve the problem posed in this task. If you use attack box and don't wish to read through the information here, you can skip to the next task. Real world doesn't work like that, boys and girls. Respectfully to everyone. The real world doesn't work like it, so we'll go one line by line if you actually want to be some world-class hackers and want to take down Facebook or something good. When intercepting HTTP traffic, we may encounter an issue when navigating to sites with TLS enabled. TLS, if you don't know, is what is the reason why you see this HTTPS or this lock sign on your website, right? That's basically TLS is like a certificate to tell you, yes, this site is secure. There is a certificate instead of, password and key. A certificate is being used as a way to tell the browser and the website that yes, the connection is secure. For example, when accessing a website like https://google.com, we may receive an error indicating that Port Swinger Certificate Authority is not authorized to ensure the connection. This happens because the browser does not trust the certificate presented by Burp Suite. So let's go here or here, right? Not secure. It does that, right? Your connection is not secure. Certificate, our certificate information, right? So we are already getting that. Let's see what is next for us. That's cool actually, like for security perspective from Google, they already do that. Software is preventing Firefox from safely connecting to the site. Google.com is most likely a safe website, but a secure connection could not be established. This issue is caused by portswinger.ca, Swinger CA, Certificate Authority, CA, not Canada, which is either software on your computer or your network. What can you do for this? About this, Google.com has a security policy called HTTP Strict Transport Security, HSTS, which means that Firefox can only connect to it securely. You can't add an exception to visit this site. If you are antivirus software, blah blah blah. If you are corporate network, if you are familiar with Portswinger CA, then it would be a rack. And then we go advanced and then go to the site. Nothing big. To overcome this issue, you can manually add the Portswinger CA certificate to your browser list of trusted certificate authorities. So what happens is, let's say you go to my website, right? hackerspub.org. How do the browser knows that, hey, the server, the IP address of the server you are connecting, which is showing you the contents of hackerspub.org, is actually the right server? It's not a wrong server, right? What I mean by that, hey, you got a package or got a call from your friend or person, right? And it was a number. Now, how do I know if that person, the number I'm getting, right, which said it's from XYZ, or like your friend, let's say Jim, right? Your friend Jim is the one calling you or not. You look at the number exactly, right? So same thing here, but you don't know the IP address of my server and it can change. What will I do? I have something called a certificate which helps me tell the whole world that hey, this website hackerspub.org, if you get it from this server, it is secure. If any other server, it's not. So that's what the certificate is. Like that's that security, extra security in place, telling you that hey, only from this source, if you are connecting for a website called hackerspub.org from this source, then only it is correct. If not, it's unsecure. And your browser has a list of those certificates, like which certificate authorities. Basically, it can be from Google. There are DigitalOcean, something called CA authorities. Let me see. DigiCert, SSL. Microsoft has probably its own. And there is like, if you want to get like your own domain, you can look into this more. But that's basically like a certificate is a way for me to tell you that yeah, this is the person, this is it. Or when you go, let's say, into a pub or a bar, they look at your ID to tell you yes, this is the person, this is the age. Same idea. They look at the certificate and say, okay, this server is the right one. That actually is a much better compared to the one I gave you before. Sorry about that. Hopefully you get it, right? Give me a thumbs up if you get the information or get the idea of certificate. Is basically looking at your ID, saying yes, this guy is above 19, he can come in. Basically that's it. And if you don't, let me know. I'll come up with a better idea as we are going through. But till then, let's go here. Download the CA certificate, which with the Burp Proxy activated, navigate through HTTP burp cert. Okay, this will download a file called cacert.dir. Save the file somewhere on your machine. Access Firefox certificate settings. Type auto preferences in your Firefox URL bar and press enter. So let's go here. Let's do this. We have to do it through Firefox, right? Do we have our burp proxy here? Okay, on. So let's go on google.com. So we get the same error. Software cannot connect, blah blah blah, right? So let's go to the site they sent us, HTTP, right? It downloads. This is the local site, I believe. They through Burp Proxy we are getting it. So let's open this file. Here we got our cacert.dir. Now let's go to the next step. Type auto preferences. This is like a command. So just like you want to open settings, instead of clicking on buttons, you can directly type these things. So I'll go auto preferences. This opens up the general settings for Firefox, right? And when we go here, this will take you to Firefox settings page. I can do, I believe, the same thing here. Auto preferences, Chrome preferences. No, something should work like auto Chrome URL flag settings. So if I go Chrome settings, this opens the settings up for me, right? So that's just the general idea. If I wanted to give you in real life, you can test it by typing the same thing. If you're on Chrome, Chrome://settings. And even we have version. So interesting things to look at, right? All these here. Let me type this too, so you guys, it's easy for you. If you are doing through Firefox here, and if you are going through Chrome, instead of version, you can type like different things. Do this and then you will probably get a bunch of other things. Or maybe you can have Chrome URLs. This will give you access to a list of all the things. So interesting stuff, right? You guys can try on your own. Directly accessing all your things, like there's management, local, internals. Ooh, there's some site engagement. There's some interesting information we can get. I can't go through all those because it might reveal some information about my login accounts and stuff and passwords. So let's not do that. Rather, we should do search on the page certificates and click on view certificates button. So let's do that. That's at least keeps us going. Where is my hacking machine? Here. So let's go certificates. We have this view certificates, right? So we have built-in object, blah blah blah. Amazon, we have this. Probably have Google, Atmos, Blender. So we have a China financial certificate. I don't want that. But like it's by Chrome itself. So DigiCert, we saw this. Then we have, let's say, some Google Trust certificate, blah blah blah. So we have Hong Kong, Japan has its own SSL.com. We saw that. Taiwan. Does India have anything? HI. Internet Security Research, SISRG. India don't have it. Anything interesting. That's fine. There might not be a certificate authority there, just like not a business with that info or work there. That's fine. Let's go on the next page. Let's see. Import the CA certificate in the certificate manager. Click on import button. Click on csr.dir file that you downloaded, right? So we are basically telling our good Firefox that hey Firefox, this certificate, the one which is being issued by our Burp Suite, is also valid. Allow it. Set trust for CA certificate in the subsequent window that appears. Click on trust the CA to identify websites and click OK. Because there has to be a two-way communication, right, with the password and stuff. So that's why. So import. We have CA cert. And we say trust the CA to identify websites. There is for identifying emails as well, because if you ever notice, right, if we have gmail.com, let's say if I have abc@gmail.com, gmail.com is a website and we are putting our authority like a user on that website with the ad, right? So let's click on OK. Let's see if we got what was the name of this? I forgot already. cscert.t. So maybe at the bottom? No. Maybe proxy. Here. Port Swinger Certificate Authority. Port Swinger CA Software Security Device, right? So we have that. Good. By completing these steps, we have added Port Swinger CA certificate to our list of trusted certificate authorities. Now we should be able to visit any TLS enabled, like any secure website, without encountering the certificate error. You can watch the following videos for a visual demonstration of the full certificate import process. So let's see here. We went to this and then went to Google. Now it doesn't show us that error we were seeing before, right? So here's the whole video basically. We go here, we go to auto preferences, gets certificate, view certificate, blah blah blah. You guys can look at it. We have already done. I don't want to spend time on this. So we have this done. Now we are just going to go on google.com again. It opened successfully. Easy peasy. Now look at this thing. Verified by Port Swinger. Look at this. Look at this. You can also look at it who verified it. If your system is hacked, right, they are looking through this. This is a good way to look or find if somebody is looking at your stuff. So let's go here. By following these instructions, right, Burp Proxy should be able to go. If you are not using the attack box, configure Firefox or your browser of choice to accept the Port Swinger certificate for your TLS. I would love to show you on this Chrome itself, but it can reveal some stuff, so I don't want to. Now, let's go example attack, right? This is going to be fun. This is some activity we will finally be doing some hacking. Having looked at how to set up and configure our proxy, let's go through a simplified real-world example. We'll start by taking a look at the support form, right? Here we have the ticket one. the one we were yesterday. In real world, web app pen test, we would test this for a variety of things, one of which would be called cross-site scripting, which we just did last week. If you have not yet encountered a cross-site script XSS, it can be through as an injection at a one sec, let me drink some water. Okay, if you have not yet encountered cross-site scripting, right, XSS, it can be thought of as injecting a client-side script. Basically, let's say any type of script we want to inject from our side, usually in the JavaScript, into a web page in such a way that it executes. Let's say if you executing type of script will be like, for example, in the Sammy one, send me a friend request on MySpace, that type of request, or anything like, hey, download this crazy virus file, any type of script, right? There are various kinds of XSS. The type that we are using here is referred to as reflected XSS, as it only affects person making the web request, us, right? Walkthrough. Try typing script alert this successful XSS into the contact email field. You should find that there is a client-side filter in place which prevents you from doing it. So basically, I will say our job is, right, to go through these, do a XSS attack and see if we are able to get in. So let's do that. I'll go here. I'll close all these, forward. Now I want to go on the ticket one. Ready for some hacking? Ready for some hacking, baby. Forward all. Forward all. Let's go. Here. Now we type our successful this. What's going on? Here I type this. Okay. But if I type script, it's not getting in there. Is it getting in here? Interesting. Let me turn off the intercept for a second. There has to be some kind of interesting filter, form control, placeholder, name, email. So it has to be a email type filter we have to do. Has to be of type email, which means like something, some name at abc.com, something in that format, right? So every time we type, so let's say if we do this, test@gmail.com, if we do this, turn on our intercept, what will happen? We'll be able to run it. Let's see what it says here in the request. Test content is successful script. Okay. Forward all. Query submitted. Okay. When we go then to our support, ticket, no. So the query was submitted, but we didn't see anything, right? What could be the reason? Fortunately for us, client-side filters are absurdly easy to bypass. Yes, basically like this thing which we see with this. There are variety of ways we could disable the script and just prevent it from loading in the first place. Let's focus on simply bypassing the filter for now. Make sure your Burp Proxy is active and intercept is on. Enter some legitimate email, right, and support ticket here. Submit the form. The request should be intercepted as the proxy. So let's do that. ABC test. Intercept is on here. So if we look at our request, content is this. %40 means at symbol, which you do for when you are going on the websites. Okay. Let's go here. submit the form request, right? With the request captured in the proxy, we can now change the email field with R1. So basically what they're saying is captured here. Let's replace this with this. Okay. And let me just do underscore like this. Okay, let's forward this. We were able to successfully go through it, right? This now shows successful cross-site scripting. We did okay. Cool. Query was not submitted probably. Let's see. HTTP history, right? Whichever was edited. Let's see the ones that are edited. At the bottom, I believe then. Here, this one was edited. This is the original request, test 40, right? Can you guys see it? Hopefully you guys can see it, right? Cool, cool. Edited request, so we edited it with this, and the request number is 357. So next thing we see, right? Response was redirecting, blah blah blah, cookie. This next thing we went over, session, submit support ticket, alert, email filter. That is basically the one which doesn't let us enter the email. Okay, post, submit query. Where is the other one? Okay, let's see this one. This is the one. This is our request. We don't need that. Okay, successful submit alert. We have this code in the response. Role alert response is not a valid email address. Okay, we know that. Copyright and copy. So basically this was what we got. This is our success here, which says it's successful XSS. This is not a valid email address. After pasting the payload, we need to select the URL, encoded it with so basically now, right, we have this shortcut to make it save and send. This process is known as the GIF, is shown in the GIF below. So basically what we did here, we selected this and we encode this in base 64, right? Or we can just add this. Okay. Pentest at Gmail or example.com. We change it to our script. And this, what we did here, didn't properly show. So control U basically. If we can do this again, like let's do that. Okay, test. We have intercept. Let's go here. Let's paste the thing, same thing again. We don't need T, right? What we need is this whole script tag we added. We want to do control U, URL code as you type. Let's do that. Nope, doesn't do the job. So we'll do control U. So if you see the difference here, there is not a plus sign there. So this plus sign will be added here once we do control U. So I will tell you 1, 2, 3, control U. Plus sign is added, right? Forward on. Let me also make it a bit smaller so you guys can see what's going on in the back here as we are doing it, right? That's where fun is. So forward. Successful XSS. Not a valid email. Yeah, we know. Stop crying. I should not say that word online. Shortcut to send, save and send. This process is shown here. Finally, you press the forward button and send the request. You will find the alert box, which we did. Click on to proceed to the next task. Okay. I thought there will be a flag. I wanted a flag, bro. Never mind. Congratulations on completing the Burp basic room. Congrats to everyone. You now have a solid understanding of Burp Suite interface. No, we don't. Configuration options. No, we don't. And the Burp proxy. Yes, we do. These skills will be essential as you continue your journey in the web and mobile application pen testing. To further enhance your skills, I encourage you to practice and experiment with Burp Suite. Explore its features, try different configurations, and familiarize yourself with various tools. The more you use Burp Suite, the more proficient you will become in identifying and exploiting vulnerabilities in web applications. In the next room of the module, you will deeper with Burp Suite Repeater, another useful tool for manual testing and manipulating web application requests. Stay curious and keep learning. I love that line. Love that line. Reminds me of Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Reminds me of that. I just love that line so much. You guys have no idea. I used to have that on my Facebook all the time. Stay hungry, stay foolish. I used to have that. I just was such a big fan of. I'm still a big fan of Steve Jobs. I understand the fundamentals of this. Boom. Let's go. Give me some claps or W's in the chat. We did it. Like it's a good one to have. So I'm proud of every single one of you, and I'm humble. I'm humbled that you all stayed with me right through the whole journey. And we'll do this. Next, now let's just have a look at the repeater. But I will tell you one more interesting thing after we do that. Let's go back. Okay, let's just see here. Burp Suite Repeater. Let's learn how to use repeater to duplicate requests in Burp Suite. So we have introduction. What is a repeater, right? So we basically what repeater is. Let's say instead of like me changing what I did with you in front of you guys, right? With the script, alert, successful exercise. Instead of that, I type like hundreds of successful exercise 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeater will do that automation for me. That's kind of repeater. There are a lot more to it, like list controls and all those views, right, to help us. But that's like kind of a big thing still. As we want to change, if we want to like bombard something with like login and all those information. So basic usage, right? We have basic usage, message analysis tool, and then inspector to look at all the values, attributes we can change. Practical example, we have to get a flag, which is fun. Challenge, another challenge, extra mile challenge. Woo! I like that. This is what I was missing, like some doing, right? Because everyone wants to see things in action. It's important to go through those theoretical things, but action is what we need, right? So we are going over the Burp Suite. In what is left after intro to this? Now, next step was Burp Suite, so need to know. After Burp Suite, but tomorrow we won't do this. Tomorrow we won't do the repeater. Tomorrow, let's see what next we have for our burp. NoSQL injection walkthrough with NoSQL. Okay, race conditions. I want to see something easy we can do for now. Exploit broken access control number one on the top 10 webs. Okay. Prerequisites, basic understanding of JSON, web application, HTTP portal, familiarity with PHP. I don't have familiarity with PHP. Okay, that's fine. Any recommendations from your guys' side? What should I do from a room perspective? I want to go on an easy room. Let's see. What will be a good one? Okay, let's see. We have Pickle Rick, which use some part of it, the burp. Do you think we should do? What I will do, I will look through this maybe. No, we already did it, so not fun much. Maybe we'll do it later, long time after. But let's do a room. Let's search. Any idea from anyone what we should do? Let's go on Perplexity. Let's see. Streaming. What will be let's see. Oh, here, Burp Suite. I have stuff here. What will be some good rooms to do for on TryHackMe to practice Burp Suite and web hacking level should be easy. Let's do a pro search too. As I have the code, why not use it? So it's searching on TryHackMe rooms, right? Compiling the list. So we have couple. Vulnerability. The room is known for demonstrating to the use of Burp Suite's intruder tool. Don't have that. Surfer. Okay, I should have typed Burp Suite basic is there. I want to use Burp Suite Proxy and target sitemap. Okay, let's do that. Practice intercepting, modifying web requests, blah blah blah. Web hacking for members. It's giving us the paths, not the rooms. So let's see. Using the proxies. Oh, bro. No. Do Interesting thing I will do on the weekend though is give you guys a learn Burp Suite best rooms for practice. Oh, that is good. This is good. Here, Burp Suite. Oh, we can go to Port Swinger actually. That'll be a good one. API pen testing, web LLM attacks, practitioner, blah blah blah. This is interesting. So what I will do, right? On instead of right now, because I guess everybody is it's it's late compared to like our usual times, right? What we will do, I will do some I'll do some looking. So what we can do, OWASP juice box, I don't want to do till I have completed the whole Burp Suite. Okay, Surfer, that's the one. Surfer. Okay, Surfer. Surf some internal web pages to find flags. Okay, we can do this. Let's do this in the save room. So this is what we'll do tomorrow, right? And how much time does it take? 35 minutes, not bad, right? A good, easy SSRF, right? Familiar with SSRF. So we can just have a look at SSRF, create some notes for us, and then we'll start looking into this one, which is good. Okay. And I will post this in the chat. So anybody who wants interested can also follow. Boom, boom. Okay. So that helped. Web fundamental paths now. That didn't do the job we wanted. Okay, that's fine. No, it's not. Yes, that's fine. Okay. Capabilities. This one is premium challenge streak required 0. Okay. Infrastructure. This one sounds so good. Common attacks. Okay, so and we can do some XSS, right? Some XSS practice. Let's see that. You have cross-site. So I will look into it, right? I will look into it, maybe web application basics or something. I will come up with something which will be fun. Even if just surfer, we are able to do it quickly. We might just get done with the repeater too. But yeah, till then, thank you so much. Like, we'll do this, right? Kunal saying, thanks, boss. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you joining. That's my homie from India. Kunal Singh. That's my bro. But yeah, that's it for now. Tomorrow, though, we'll do some hacking for sure because it's Freaky Friday. Something, whatever, we'll make some word about it. Then we'll see if we want to move towards Burp Suite more in advance for that features, or we'll go through some more CTF challenges. Let's see. Till then, this is your censored hackers pub, whatever you like to say me. Gaurav, I'm here for you. Let me know if you have any questions. And remember, on Sunday, I have a great stream ready for Sunday. Hey, Panda. So I have a great stream ready for Sunday on how to find jobs in anywhere in the world you are, right? How to find jobs in this year. What are the couple of things you can do, and couple of tools you can use to help you with the knowledge, resume writing, and because like my resume was selected for like couple of big ones like Fortinet, AWS, Amazon, but AWS of Amazon, even IBM. So I had like couple of big names in there, and I was able to figure out by reading and going through what to do with the resume. So I will create a resume in front of you. I will with that I will create a resume. I will apply in front of you, and we'll see the results of all the jobs. So I will do everything in front of you. Be ready for a Sunday great stream, right? Till then, thank you so much for joining, giving me your time on Thursday. I really appreciate it. Until then, stay healthy, hydrate. Jai Mata Di, let's rock. Bye. And don't forget, it's time to hack. Keep hacking and let's get hacked.